Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all okay and well. This is our first video today. Al Madina Motors in Manchester. Based in Manchester, about a mile and a half away down from town centre itself. Today we have this 2008 Ford Transit Mark 7 2.2 turbo diesel. Basically, this is a really good friend of ours. This car coming today. It went to a different workshop. The gentleman used it as a daily basis. It wasn't running, it cut out. It came from a different experienced garage. They actually attempted everything. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with this car. So we were told to step in, get the car. We got the car recovered, brought it to our workshop, and we put on our diagnostic, which is a Autel MS908P, and it came up with a few fault codes. It was showing glow plug relay circuit. It was showing a fuel pressure rail circuit, power control module, engine relay, and that was it. First things first, the battery was down, so we had to charge the battery on it. We made sure the voltage was right. When we charged the battery, we attempted to start it. The engine was turning absolutely fine. There was compression, everything was good, but it wasn't firing up. The first thing we attempted was the diesel filter. We replaced it with a brand new genuine Ford diesel filter. We thought maybe it's dirty, there's a blockage in the diesel. At the same time, we also checked if the fuel was good in it. Maybe by mistake he put wrong fuel in it. The fuel was fine. We replaced the diesel filter, everything was good. We could see there was no basically fuel traveling from here. We attempted to start it with easy start. Now while we were spraying the easy start, it was fine, it was running, but as soon as you let it go, the van was cutting out. So we thought there could be a few issues there. Now the previous garage, he mentioned that the engine control module, power control module, which is the engine ECU, that's faulty. Could be an immobilizer issue, could be many things. It could have been the high pressure fuel pump, the diesel pump itself, not giving out diesel. It could be the ECU itself not giving the diesel pump instruction to pump out diesel. Could be an immobilizer issue. Could have been many things. After checking out many things and trying to figure out what happened, checked all the fuses, checked all the relays, everything was perfectly fine. Again, attempted to start it with easy start. It was starting with easy start, but it wasn't idling as well. Couldn't figure out what was wrong. We checked the live feed to the diesel pump, it was coming. The injectors had the live feed, that was coming. Timing, everything was good. There was compression in the engine itself. It was basically a weird one because it just stopped straight away out of nowhere. After checking them fault codes, doing a lot of research online, checking the fuel pressure rail sensor, obviously because the fuel wasn't coming to that sensor, that's why that was flashing up. The glow plug relay, that was flashing up. But the main thing that was kicking in my mind was the power control module. That kept confusing me on, how can it all of a sudden pack in on you. When we used to switch the ignition on, it used to come up with the orange light. Obviously now it's sorted, so it used to say engine malfunction. No engine light, no warning light, no nothing. So kept thinking, kept doing a lot of research, seeing what could be possible. Why is it not starting? The only thing that was hitting in my mind was maybe the engine control module itself. It's not good. but it was a very rare occasion. Before we attempted to start replacing the ECU and everything, one thing came in my mind, which was the mass airflow sensor, which is this buddy here. Now this controls the airflow in the system. Obviously it also controls diesel, the fuel, how much fuel's coming to the injectors, whatnot, but they hardly ever went. So the first thing, before we started stripping out the engine ECU and started getting into more deeper detail, the first thing we did was we replaced that sensor. Now a brand new one from Ford was working out to be £238 plus VAT. Obviously an off the market one at a trade price, it was working out to be £69 plus including VAT. I had a second-hand one in stock, you know, just to get the van running to see if that was the actual issue before I actually bought a brand new one. I replaced it, took his old one out, it screws on with two T15 screws, one on this side, one on this side. Obviously you pull this red thing out and the plug comes off. We replaced it after a few attempts of starting the van, switching the heater off, on and off, on and off. We put on our diagnostic machine, the fault code actually cleared, the yellow light went off, you know, obviously because we changed the diesel filter and stuff. So we bled the whole system through, checked it, voila, started straight away, just by replacing the mass airflow sensor. Took it for a drive, took it for a spin, driving beautiful. See, everything, bam. So there was no lost communication with the power control module, which was the ECU. Online there was symptoms showing me there was wiring from the ignition barrel going towards the ECU, maybe some ground wires, some earth wires, etc. They were all been checked, they were all beautiful, no issues at all. But as soon as I replaced this mass airflow sensor, started running as good as new. Took it for a test drive. What we're going to do now, obviously, because we fitted on a second-hand one, we just wanted to see if the van was running. So now we're going to give a customer an option that either if he wants the second-hand one still on it, or if he wants us, we can provide him with a new one, obviously the off the market, and go from there. But it caused a lot of stress and a lot of time and effort, but we got to the bottom of it. The reason of me sharing this video with yourself was, over small little things which is right in front of you, it makes you go towards the bigger things first. ECU, diesel pump, blah blah blah. But before we attempted all that, we thought, you know what, let's give this mass airflow sensor a try, and it started it up straight away. So I hope my little video was any use to yourself, and I hope your vehicle is something as simple as this. And it's our first video. We'll be attempting to post more tricky videos like this, but for now, we'll see you again next time, only at Al Madina. I'm thinking